All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Arkansas Tech University's Saturday Showcase. My name is Sabrina Billey. I serve as the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment. And today, my partner, colleague, and I will be sharing with you about transfer admission and how to apply to Arkansas Tech University as a transfer student. All right, so as I mentioned, my name is Sabrina Billey. I serve as the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment out of the Office of Admissions and Student Recruitment here at Tech. What that means is I am the primary advisor and supporter of transfer students to help you navigate through the transfer process. Tanda, do you want to take a minute to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm glad you're all here today. My name is Tanda Morrison. I work in the Office of the Registrar. I'm an assistant registrar, and I am the one that oversees transferring your credit in, making sure that they have equivalence and see how they can apply towards your degree and getting that posted to your ATU transcript.
Yes, so Tanda might actually be more important to you all than myself, making sure that we get your transfer credit posted correctly and getting you that credit that you've worked so hard for. Well, hopefully you all have already seen the different videos and heard about Arkansas Tech prior to our session here at the end of the day. But I just want to speak again to how much every student counts here at Arkansas Tech. And with that, we're also about being first. Many of our students are first generation students. And so we really pride ourselves in catering to the special needs that not just our first generation students, but all of our students will need. We are #1 in Arkansas for students studying STEM. And we're also #1 in Arkansas for providing students with upward social mobility. Essentially what that means is that you're going to be in a better socioeconomic situation when you earn your Arkansas Tech degree than when you started. And so I think that really speaks to the quality of not just the education, but the experience that you're going to have while here at Arkansas Tech. So for our transfer students, some of the top majors that we see for a lot of our transfer students includes nursing, engineering, education, business, and applied science. So that just supports that we are a STEM serving institution, helping our students within those career fields, getting set up for success. Oh, and it looks like Megan shared that she's a second generation tech student. That's awesome, Megan. And we also have a strong alumni affiliation with our tech alum. There's a lot of pride in being a tech alum, as I am myself. And so we really like to see that legacy being built up within families and groups across campus. So here's just a quick snapshot of all the different academic programs that we have. We offer over 120 different programs for students, as well as a number of graduate programs. So your education doesn't have to stop with a bachelor's degree. And we offer many master's level programs, certificates, as well as doctoral degree. So here is our transfer checklist. This is just a condensed version of the transfer process, all the different steps that you need to take to get yourself prepared and ready to transfer and be successful here at Arkansas Tech. We're going to go through each of these step by step, but just wanting to give y'all a quick snapshot of what we're going to be sharing with you today. So first, we want to see you on campus. If you're not able to join us on campus, we have a number of different virtual options, including what you're experiencing today through the Saturday Showcase. Here's a look at the different tours that we offer. We are offering on-campus in-person tours Monday through Thursday at the times listed there. And due to COVID-19, we are taking our precautions very seriously. out of respect for everyone's safety and health. And we do ask that everyone wear their face masks, and we are limiting the capacity to each of our tours to 10 people, and that includes students and guests. In terms of our virtual options, we have a U-Visit tour that is available 24/7 from our tour website. It's got some narration and closed captioning there for all of our students to make it even more accessible to our future students. And lastly, I actually host Transfer to ATU virtual sessions every Tuesday at 2:30. And then the second Tuesday, that's a typo there, the second Tuesday of the month at 5:30 p.m. And for all of our tours, you can register and sign up for those at www.atu.edu/tours. All right, so let's talk about admission for transfer students. So as a transfer student, we do require a transfer admission application, and here at Arkansas Tech, that application is free for undergraduate domestic students. We do require a 2.0 cumulative college GPA. So what that means is that we're going to look at your cumulative GPAs for all the institutions that you've attended, not just the one that you're transferring directly from. And we also require that you are eligible to re-enroll at your most recent institution. What that means essentially is that you're not on, that you haven't been expelled from the university for academic or student conduct reasons or anything of that nature. To complement the admission requirements, we do also require a few documents. We request the official transcripts from the regionally accredited institutions where you've been enrolled. So not just the school that you're currently or most recently attended, but all of the higher ed institutions where you've taken classes. If you have less than 24 credit hours, we also require your official final high school transcript, as well as your test scores, whether that's the ACT, the SAT, or the AccuPlacer. And you can see there that we accept documents electronically through our admissions email, or you can request that they be mailed to the address listed there. So once you're admitted to Arkansas Tech University, the first thing that you're going to want to do is activate your OneTech student account. This is a student portal where you're going to be able to register for classes, apply for housing, trying to think basically all the things that you need to do as a student to get organized and get settled, not just for your first semester, but throughout your time here as a student. We're currently sending out admission letters via email, and we are seeking clarification on whether we'll be starting or resuming the mailed hard copy letters soon. All right, so it looks like we've got a question in the Q&A about when should I hear about my acceptance? So right now, because of all the interest in Arkansas Tech University, we are experiencing about a 2 to 3 week delay or timeline in receiving applications and administering admission decisions. And so one of the things that you can do to expedite or help us out in that regard is once you submit your admission application, go ahead and send us those documents, whether it's your unofficial or official transcripts, your test scores, all of that. So that way, once we get to your application, there's not a further delay in us requesting those documents. All right, so this is my favorite part of the transfer process is our Tech Transfer Tracker. This is an online tool that we launched just last year, specifically for transfer students, because the number one question that I think Tanda and I get from transfer students is what credits are going to transfer and go towards my degree. And so we have a couple snapshots here for you of the Tech Transfer Tracker. You start out by selecting a few different majors here at Arkansas Tech, what you're interested in. Then you're going to enter in your past colleges and then start submitting the courses that you've taken at those prior institutions to see how they apply. And then as you start adding courses and, building up your past history, you're going to get to see, as you're entering those courses, the progress that you've already made towards the majors that you've selected. So this is just a sample from prior or from helping other students through the Tech Transfer Tracker. You can see the estimated progress that you've made in terms of percentage. There's also the little green indicator bar that's pretty helpful. And then you can also see how many credits apply, and then you can also see how many credits may apply. And what that means is that it's going to be up to the academic department to see how those credits apply, and that's up to them. And so we just want to be transparent and letting you know that we can confirm that a certain number of credits are going to transfer, and then that there is a possibility that additional credits may be applicable for that degree plan. All right, Tanda.
All right, so another aspect of the Tech Transfer Tracker is if the course is not already turned into our database, you have that option to go ahead and submit that course for review anyway. Once you submit the course for review, it'll be emailed directly to me. I get the course descriptions together and send them to the department for their review. Once they let me know how the course can transfer in, whether or not it has a direct equivalent or not, I get that built and we send you an email with the update. Sometimes that may take up to about 2 weeks, but we try to get them done as soon as possible. I also have some really good news for those of you who are thinking about transferring. We do not have a limit on the number of transfer credit hours that we accept, but it might be important for you to note that you do have to have 30 hours of work from ATU to get your degree awarded. We also do not have a time restriction for your transfer credit. So if you earned your credit in 1974, it's still accepted today. We do post the transfer credit from the official transcripts only. So you'll want to make sure to get those official transcripts sent to admissions as soon as possible. Once we receive the official transcript, we're reviewing these courses, your transcripts course by course. We try to be as detailed as possible to maximize your transfer credit. So that may take up to 2 weeks for you to see that on your ATU transcript. Once we finish the articulation process, we email you a notification to your ATU email, and it provides a link on where you can go to see your transfer credit. Once you see that your transfer credit has been posted, you'll want to meet with your academic advisor to discuss course substitutions. So even though a course may not have a direct equivalent here at Tech, it might still apply toward your degree once you meet with your advisor. Sabrina.
All right, thank you, Tanda. So we're going to move on and talk about scholarships. So we're going to talk about the money part. So hopefully you all were able to join Elisa and the others in the last session about scholarships and financial aid. But if not, we're going to highlight some of the things that we do offer. So first, we're going to talk about the scholarships that we offer for the upcoming spring 2021 semester. So currently, our Tech Transfer Scholarship has 2 levels. The first level starts with a 3.0 GPA for a $3,000 annual award, and that's on 12 or more credit hours from your most recent regionally accredited institutions. So if you're attending a community college or another school right now, and you're only going to earn 6 credit hours before you transfer to Arkansas Tech, you're not going to be eligible for the transfer academic scholarships. We really need you to earn at least 12 or more credit hours at your current or most recent institution before you can be eligible for the transfer academic scholarships. The second level for the Tech Transfer Scholarship starts at a 3.5 cumulative GPA, and that's for the $4,000 annual amount. Next, we do offer a Phi Theta Kappa transfer scholarship that is specifically for members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, and that's an honor society only available at two-year colleges, and that amount is for $6,000 annually. The next two scholarships that we offer, the Presidential Honors and the Arkansas Academic All-Star, those are scholarships that our two-year community partners select. They select a student from their institution who is transferring to Arkansas Tech to receive those scholarships at the $6,000 annual amount for the Presidential Honors and $9,000 annual amount for the Arkansas Academic All-Star. The deadline to apply for the spring scholarship is coming up on December 1. And for future scholarships or just for future reference, the deadline for fall is April 1. All right, so we're going to talk about now transfer academic scholarships for fall 2021. We don't anticipate any changes for the Phi Theta Kappa, the Presidential Honors, or the Arkansas Academic All-Star scholarships. However, beginning fall 2021, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening up the GPA requirements for our transfer scholarships, or for the Tech Transfer Scholarship. So for the $3,000 annual amount, that GPA is going to move from a 3.0 to a 2.75 GPA. And then for the $4,000 annual amount, the GPA is going to move from a 3.5 GPA to a 3.25. So what that means is we're recognizing that transfer scholarships for transfer students have a lot going on. More often than not, you're working part-time, if not full-time. You have family responsibilities, things of that nature. And so, we're opening it up to more transfer students by opening or broadening those GPA requirements. So I'm really excited about that, really proud of our directors and our administration for recognizing and providing this opportunity for more transfer students to be eligible and considered for our academic scholarships.
Hey, Sabrina, before you move on, there's a question in the Q&A.
Okay.
Megan asked, what scholarships do you offer, if any, for VP or VP of Phi Beta Lambda, which of course I have no idea what that is, but I wonder if you might.
I'm with you, Kristen. I'm not familiar with Phi Beta Lambda. Megan, if you can email me directly, I'll have my email posted again here at the end of our session. So that way I can do a little bit more investigation into Phi Beta Lambda for you. All right. Well, any other questions about scholarships? Typically, we get a lot of questions about this, so I want to be sure to give a few more opportunities for questions.
Yeah, and if they were able to attend the session right before this, Miss Elisa did go into a lot of different information for scholarships and financial aid.
Yes, that's right. All right. Well, let's move on to financial aid. Again, hopefully you all were able to join the previous session about financial aid. So we're just going to talk about these briefly. So on October 1st, the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, will open up for the next academic year. That's 2021 and 2022. The deadline for next academic year is going to be August 1st, 2021. And there is our school code. For those of you who have already submitted a FAFSA for the current academic year, so if you're transferring in the spring, you can add Arkansas Tech University to your FAFSA. So that way our financial aid office can have access to your documents and information and start working on your financial aid package for when you transfer to ATU. And here are just a couple of types of aid that are pretty common for transfer students. The statewide scholarships through the Arkansas Department of Higher Education, such as the Academic Challenge Scholarship, If you have that and you're currently attending another Arkansas public institution, you can log into your Universal account through Arkansas Department of Higher Ed and request or let them know that you will be transferring to Arkansas Tech, and they'll get that switched over for you. There are a couple different types of loans, the subsidized and unsubsidized. A lot of our students also receive the Pell Grant, which you can receive up to $6,195 per year. And then we also have a lot of work study opportunities for students on campus. So if you're eligible for that, I really encourage you to work closely with our Career Services Office. They have a program called Handshake, where you can set up an account and set up a profile and then view the different on-campus opportunities that are available to you through the work study program. All right, next we're going to speak about academic advising. So here at Arkansas Tech, academic advising works a little bit different for our transfer students than it does our freshman students. If you have less than 60 credit hours, you're advised through our Academic Advising Center, and you can see their contact information there. Or if you have more than 60 credit hours, you're advised by your academic department. And then you can find your department's contact information there. For students who are transferring to Arkansas Tech in the spring, academic advising and registration for you all will begin December 7th. And so you can so once you're admitted to the university and your transfer credit has been posted, then you'll be able to meet with your academic advisor and get enrolled in classes. And just as Tanda emphasized, we really need your official transcripts for her and her team to be able to review and post any transfer credit that may be applicable to you in your program. And so, we are able to accept unofficial transcripts for admission purposes, but because the transfer credit component is so important for transfer students, I especially emphasize submitting an official transcript with your admission application. That's only going to help expedite that transfer credit process. All right, and then once you're here on campus, or we even have a virtual option for students, is attending orientation. A couple of years ago, we launched Tech Connect, transfer orientation. And so this is still a very new and up and coming program that we're really proud of here at Arkansas Tech, is providing an orientation specifically for transfer students. And this is a great opportunity to learn all the things that you already know that you need to do as a student, but we're going to show you how to do those things here at Arkansas Tech, whether that's finding our student accounts office, our financial aid office, as well as other campus resources that are going to be important to you while you're here at Tech. And there are the projected dates for the next academic year. Essentially, they happen, or Tech Connect transfer orientation usually occurs a couple days before classes begin. It involves the move-in day process, if that's applicable to you, as well as other orientation activities. And then some other housekeeping items, applying for housing and meal plans if that's required, purchasing or picking up your student ID, purchasing your parking permit, and then getting involved on campus. I know classes are really important. That's why you're here, is to earn a degree and be successful in your professional career. But campus life and getting involved on campus is only going to complement the learning and the experiences that you're going to have in the classroom. It's going to provide you an opportunity to apply what you've learned in the classroom to other areas of your life to help you be successful. All right. Well, I felt like I went through that really quick. So do y'all have any questions, or Tanda or Kristen? Are there other topics that y'all would like to highlight or include?
Well, I know Megan just now in the Q&A, and I was going to type it out, but then it's going to be way easier for me to just say it all. but she asked if I'm taking my classes completely online, will I need to come to the campus for books or other things? And so I started to talk about like how you can get your books on Amazon, you can order them online and have them shipped to you. Like you don't have to go on campus for that. And then other things, I guess maybe like student ID is another one, which that you upload a picture on your one tech account, have it mailed to you. Any other things that even like advising appointments, you can do over a Zoom or a WebEx meeting or a phone call or email. So pretty much everything can be done online these days. As far as textbooks, sorry, I was going to tell her a little bit more. So Amazon's a great option, right? We love Amazon, especially if you have a Prime account, because you can rent, you can get a Kindle or ebook version of the textbook if you have a Kindle or, a tablet. And then you can also buy them. Great option. If you have Prime, it delivers in, 2 days. And so you can have your books like super fast. But there's also textbook brokers, which is like a textbook rental / purchasing store by tech, but I use them for graduate school all the way. They have a rent now, pay later option that you can use. And it was just way cheaper for, the same books that I needed. So those are my two favorite options personally.
All right. Well, any other questions from the group?
So Megan asked again, does Tech have a bookstore? They do. It's a Barnes & Noble bookstore / gift store. And they also, so being a Barnes & Noble bookstore, they actually will price match for you with Amazon, which is really nice. So if you do find the same textbook on Amazon, if you can record the IBSN code and give it to them, they can, match that price. And I've never used them before, but I know it's a really convenient option, especially if you're on campus, so then you can just go pick it up at the store. But they do have it, and it actually is the place that you'll go to figure out what textbooks you need for each of your classes. And so when you activate your One Tech account, which is your student portal, there's a tab that says registration. And so you click on that, and then in that page, it has a link that says find my textbooks. And it actually takes you to the ATU Barnes & Noble bookstore, and it says which term you're entering in. You select 2021. What are your classes? And so it'll generate a list of textbooks that you'll need that are required for your courses. So in a long way of answering that, yes, we do have a bookstore. Barnes & Noble bookstore. There is another thing that I want to mention. So we've been doing prize giveaways, right, for all of our sessions. And I'm just going to give away t-shirts to all of you guys for this session. I thank you guys for sticking around with us all day and tuning into these sessions. And so if you'll chat me privately with your name and your desired t-shirt size, we'll mail you a t-shirt that looks like this. Just our Arkansas Tech t-shirt. They're super soft and flattering. So yeah, if y'all go ahead and in the chat feature on this webinar, if you'll message me, and then I'll make sure to record that, and we'll mail you the t-shirt to the address that you used on your registration for this event.
All right. Well, any other final questions? All right. Well, hearing none or seeing or reading none. Oh, there is another question. You have to take the ACT in order to transfer to ATU. For admission purposes, if you have less than 24 credit hours, we do require the test score whether that's the ACT, the SAT, or the AccuPlacer. So there are a couple different options. So if you have over 24 credit hours, all we require is your official transcript from all the institutions where you've taken classes. So short answer, no, but there are some exceptions. All those little caveats. All right, well, Kristen, do you want us to hang around for a little while longer?
Yes, let's hang around for a little longer.
All right.
Megan also
Well-
asked, are there requirements for the education department? Which I can speak on that if you want me to.
Okay.
So, it depends on how far you are along studying within education, Megan. It's different. I suppose you want to make sure you're working really closely with the education department, because I know you have to take the praxis and have that stuff lined up. I know for incoming students, they were required, like freshmen, they were required to take you'll have your associate's degree. Perfect. So I suppose you'll already be exempt from like the first praxis text. So you won't even really have to worry about that. That's the big thing, because some freshmen get hung up on that because they got rid of the first praxis and they were just replaced it with, the ACT. But in order to supplement fully, they're requiring, prospective education majors to do the writing portion for the ACT. So that's the only thing that I would foresee. But if you've already gotten your associate's degree, it might be a little different. But nonetheless, I would try to work very closely with them. And they're amazing in there. I mean, they'll adopt you like you're a niece or something. So they'll work with you to make sure that you're right on track with all of those like extra tests. As far as regular admissions requirements in order to get into the program, no. That's only going towards your teacher licensure, because, our program set our students up to be licensed in the state of Arkansas to teach in public school systems. And Sabrina, if you have anything else to add to that, or Megan, if I didn't answer your question fully, please feel free to let me know.
Well, I don't have anything to add to the education question, but I do want to highlight that on Friday, April 2nd, we are optimistic about being able to host a transfer visit day. We hope to be able to have it in person, but if not, we'll definitely have time to get prepared to offer it in a virtual environment. And so just keep that date in mind, Friday, April 2nd, for our transfer visit day.
Yes, and as far as that, of course, we'll send emails out to y'all when it gets closer. And so don't feel worried that like you need to go and do all this stuff. But when we get closer time, we're going to be sending out stuff to y'all. And then, of course, on our tours and visit days website, we have information and save the dates listed. So you can kind of stay on top of things. And then if you haven't scheduled a tour with us, we're open for tours, campus tours. So if you're able to do that, please be sure to come and see us, and we'd love to show you around campus. And I was going to say, so I'm still waiting to hear back from Malia and a nurseman. I don't know what your full name is, but if y'all will send me your desired t-shirt size, I'll make sure that's recorded.
Tanda, feel free to share anything else that you can think of that, I don't want to be awkward, but we definitely want to be available to answer any other questions that students may have.
Sabrina, the only thing that I can think to stress upon is to send us your official transcript as soon as possible. just so that we can get that ready and posted for you before registration. That way your advisor has everything they need to make sure you're enrolling in the correct courses.
Yes, definitely.
Well, all right, we'll go ahead. If it's cool with you guys, we'll go ahead and wrap up. All of our attendees, be sure to screenshot this contact information if you do come up with some other questions that you have for Tanda or Sabrina. And Sabrina, I'll go ahead and let you wrap up.
All right, well, thank you all so much for joining us today. We're really excited. Really happy to help you navigate the transfer process. So if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. I know Tanda and I and Kristen are all really responsive. We've been here. That's our job. You know, that's what we get to do, is to help you answer those questions to make it a smooth transition process for you. So with that, I will stop sharing my screen.
All right, guys, thank you so much. And be sure to go back to the Saturday Showcase site and go to your next steps to schedule a tour, apply for admission or honors, and then to check out our housing. So I hope you guys have a really great rest of your Saturday, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.